Alright guys, so today's notes for social studies, of course, is going to be vocabulary. You just cut these into the little flaps and paste it down. And then the other sheet is the preamble to the Constitution, the opening, the beginning part of the Constitution, which we have already read together this year. We had an NC Ready text that was about Susan B. Anthony. It was 4 little texts. And the preamble of the Constitution was used in her speech that she gave back when she was alive. And we were reading from her speech, and she quoted the preamble. And when she quoted it, I did translate these more difficult words, but I don't expect you to have remembered them, which is why we are going to define them today. So what you need to do after you have cut and pasted is go ahead and grab yourself a dictionary from the back of the room. Each of these words are in the dictionary. And some of the words have more than one definition listed. Like it'll say number 1 and it'll give a definition. And then it'll say number 2 and it'll give a definition. And sometimes it'll go on to 3 or 4. I have looked all of them up already. And the first definition will work for each of these words for our purposes. So don't worry about writing 5 definitions down. Just the first definition will do. All right, so hopefully by this point you have got these cut and pasted and are ready to define. And once you have defined your words, we will continue on with the video. But for right now, I need you to pause it. Pause the video. Pause the video here. If you haven't already paused it, you need to pause it because it is time to do definitions, right? So hopefully you're paused. Just a visual for those of you who, for some reason, don't like to hear my beautiful voice. We are doing definitions right now. So you should have your dictionary and be defining these words. When you have finished doing definitions, then you can hit play again. All right, we are back now. So this assumes that your definitions are all done under here. And so I want to go ahead and start talking about what's going to be the secret word, secret message. So I got to remember that if you were not here last week to drop this before we start doing the notes. So there's a particular person in history whose last name I just love to say. And I even put a little picture of him around the room so you can see how his name is spelled. So we are going to write his cool name somewhere on the construction paper for me to see. This video is not over yet, however. So let's flip this over. And in the preamble, you will see the words we have just defined embedded in here. So I remember justice, domestic, tranquility, welfare, posterity, and I think ordain. Yes. Okay. So these were the 6 words we defined. So let's talk about this really quick. So we, the people of the United States, that's pretty straightforward. The people of the United States. In order to form a more perfect union. Now, it doesn't say a perfect union. We're not expecting perfection, but a more perfect union, working our way towards trying to be perfect, even though that's really impossible, right? Establish justice. Well, you looked up what that word meant. So it has to do with being treated fairly, not treated differently because of some sort of characteristic you might have. So establish justice. Ensure domestic tranquility. Okay, tranquility is a fun word. That means like peacefulness, no stress, not chaos. It's just peaceful. And then domestic means at home. So what they're saying here, we expect justice, we expect fair treatment. We want to make sure that we have peace at home. Right? That it's not dangerous to go out in the streets. It's, you can live your life in your community and not be fearful. Provide for the common defense. Okay, so that's our military. Make sure we're defended. promote the general welfare. Welfare, the definition should have been something like happiness, contentment, enjoying life, safety, security, all of those things, the general welfare of people. And secure, that means grab hold of, to have, to possess, protect, the blessings of liberty. We know liberty means freedom. We've come across that word a lot this year. To ourselves and our posterity. Oh, our descendants, our children, our grandchildren, the people that are going to come after us that are going to live here. So we want these things not just for ourselves, but for the people that come after us. Do ordain and establish. So to make official, this Constitution is official at this point in the preamble for the United States of America. All right, so we took what these words meant, the definitions, and we applied them to the preamble. And that's it for today's video. If you missed the secret word or message, there's a particular name in history that I just like to say. So I printed a picture of this person out because it's just a fun word to me, and I put his name and his picture around the room somewhere. So go ahead and put that on the construction paper wherever you like. Make sure your name is on this and that it is done, and put in the basket so that you can get credit for the secret word.